This week's episode is sponsored by Helio Gas Detection and Rising Suns, the award-winning brewery here in Cork. Hi everybody and welcome to another episode of the Smashing Skull Sessions, and actually the final episode of the year. So with that in mind, I'm absolutely delighted to welcome Sarp Keski from Bipolar Architecture. Sarp, thanks so much, man, for coming on.
Of course, thanks for inviting.
Absolutely. This was supposed to happen maybe in January or February with the build up to the new album, but this opportunity came and I wanted to jump on it because I'm a big fan of this album. Luckily enough, I got a press copy through Jasmine of Pelagic, and I have to say, lads, you've created something amazing. This is a monster, an absolute
Great.
monster.
Great.
Tell me, how excited about it are you about releasing this album? I know it's 2 months away, but still.
Yeah, I'm excited about this actually for the whole year because we worked on it a lot,
Yeah.
and of course working with Pelagic Records is really really good. It was like some of my dream labels, so
Yeah.
in the end for me it works everything, and I have a nice lineup now, and everything works well so far.
Yeah, there was a lineup change, wasn't there, Sarp? You have a new bassist and drummer.
Yeah, after Depression Land, actually our drummer Fatih, and he's also Turkish.
Okay.
But I knew him from for 15 years from the scene from Turkey, and
Okay.
I knew that he was like the perfect thing to
He was the man for the job. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And then we talked. Actually, I just sent him a couple of songs because our past drummer Ata, he wouldn't be able to do so far.
Okay.
And then, yeah, like work related and life related,
Absolutely. Yeah.
And
no, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, when I asked Fatih and he just heard a couple of songs, he said, "Okay, this is the thing I'm looking for also." So it's like a super match.
It was a perfect fit, wasn't it? It all just
Exactly.
happened at the right time.
Exactly.
And can you tell me, what did everybody bring to the table with this album? I mean, I know you're the main component. Basically, you write the music, am I right, and write the lyrics?
Yeah. And this one also because it was in between. So actually, basically, I wrote everything like guitars, bass, and vocals, and some skeleton of drums, let's say. And then Fatih, we met with Fatih, and Fatih came here to Berlin, and he stayed with me a couple of months, and we worked on this with drums. Okay. He worked a lot on it, and you can hear. I mean,
Yeah,
I love Depression Land also, but the difference on drums, especially,
it does add it adds another dimension altogether, doesn't it?
It's another dimension for sure.
It does, yeah. They're fucking lethal, like the drumming. Those blast beats are something special.
You should see it live, man.
Oh, it's on my to-do list.
I'm excited to see him play, even if it's my own band, but it's so exciting to see him play.
You would have your back to the crowd watching him, will you?
Yeah, I should.
So come here, tell me, you've already released 2 tracks from this album.
Mm-hmm.
And one of them actually, which we covered on the review room a couple of weeks ago, and everybody was all over it. People were, we're getting some messages from people saying it was an absolute belter of a track. But
nice.
Tell me, how important do you think it is to create and release videos? I know people release tracks before an album release, but you've made a big effort here to release quality videos.
Yeah.
Is it important?
Yeah, for me, it is important. I mean, nowadays, everything is going on digital streaming services and stuff, and YouTube. I mean, personally, even I don't look at it that much at the videos.
Yeah.
To be fair, but I want to present something in total, also to show at least a bit of a glimpse of the idea, what was behind.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
From what I've seen of the 2 videos, I mean, I watched both, and they're so well done and so well documented. You could tell time and effort has gone into it, and I always wonder, because I spoke to Down, a band I had on a few weeks ago, and Anne is there who plays with them on drums, and she also creates their videos, and the work, time and effort that goes into it, and you wonder, do you get the benefit of it? Do people hit the YouTube links and then hit the albums? Do you think it's a good outlet still, YouTube?
Yeah, I think so. Of course,
Mm.
like if I mean it's coming after the audio. Like for me personally, it's like when I listen to a band and if I like the audio, then I want to see also.
Okay.
After
Yeah.
that, it comes.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking like people are like this too. Then also, it's good to show your emotions in the video. Also, like the faces and mimics and everything, expression. I think it's important. Of course, I can't say it's more important than the audio. Of course.
But it is an integral part, I think, still.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
It's like a total package for me.
And like you said, I think it's nice to get a glimpse of a band, whether it's just a quick shooting image
Yeah,
through a landscape or whatever way you do it or whatever. It's nice to sort of get an idea of who is playing and what these guys look like. You know, it's
yeah,
always a nice thing. Um, this album, again, as we said, I never mentioned the name of it actually, sorry. Metaphysicize.
yeah,
Not an easy one to say first time around,
yeah,
sir.
yeah.
As you
I know.
probably heard some people trying to attempt it.
Yeah.
Where did the name come from firstly?
Yeah, this is like it's the came like the name says itself. I mean, me and also the drummer Fatih always in this kind of thinking style, like this
Okay.
metaphysics and what you can achieve and what you can change, even not change, maybe what to feel was coming and this
Okay.
kind of ideas. Like we are so into these things.
Okay.
That's why we want to call it like a special name, like nothing, something unique also.
It is, yeah, yeah. No, it's a great name. It's a catchy name once you get to pronounce it correctly. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It's the same for the band name even. It's still a bit hard, especially in Germany. Everyone's like, okay, bipolar architecture or bipolar, like it's hard still.
Is there a correct pronunciation of that, sir?
Yeah, it's bipolar architecture.
Bipolar. That's great. I'm happy with that as well.
Yeah,
And again, like the concept behind this album, like because I just reading through your Bandcamp bio, it says even deeper, more haunting exploration of the human condition
yeah,
that was on Depression Land.
yeah.
So like there's again we spoke about the effort that goes into creating a video, but I mean the concept of the album, a lot of time seems to have gone into that. Do you want to shed some light on it?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Depression Land was like mostly like just about like this depressive feeling, and it's like this more, I don't know. In this one, somehow it's more ups and downs. Like in this
Mm-hmm.
one, for example, in the second single, Alienated, you can see like the sad parts, but also happy parts.
Yeah.
It's like a combination. It's a bit more mystery also. Like so the first album, let's say Depression Land, is more like based on what you feel and the emotions. But the
Mm-hmm.
second album is going a bit further than this and like going also, okay, you have this feeling and this, but what are you doing with them?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's delving deeper into what
It's
Depression
adding
Land
up
was
to
about.
the first one.
Yeah. So was it always sort of like
Yeah,
a follow up to Depression Land? Would you call it that at all?
yeah,
Possibly.
exactly.
Yeah. Good. Good.
Yeah,
Um. Again, I mentioned on the review room there a couple weeks ago that I couldn't actually compare your sound to any other band, because often when we're on the review room, something might trigger a band that you would remember from the past, but
mm-hmm.
you're so diverse, like, and so experimental, like this sonic blast from one end to the other within genres. It's incredible. Like, what influenced she, or is there an influence? Is that literally how you just get together and how it comes out?
Yeah, yeah, of course. I have a lot of influences. Also, Robin, when we signed and when we had our first talk in Berlin here, he asked me exactly the same question. Like, yeah, okay, what you do is a bit like different. I can't resemble to anything. And
Yeah,
what are
yeah,
your
yeah,
influences? I mean, I listen to everything, and
yeah.
I'm really into music. Like for 15 years, I'm doing it. Also, like I
Mm-hmm.
had a previous band, death metal, so it starts with that. But I'm also like I love everything. I mean, from the end of 90s and beginning 2000s, like this new metal
Yeah.
era. It's like I could say it's like a big influence. But then I met bands like I don't know, Death Heaven and Oathbreaker,
Mm-hmm.
like these
Mm-hmm.
kind of bands, and then I had some idea. Okay, like I have this basics of me, like death metal and core, like this deathcore stuff,
Yeah.
and I somehow there is no mix. There is post black and this kind of bands, but there is no mix with this like a bit genty progressive stuff, but also post rock leads. So I want to create something unique actually. It's on purpose of it.
It
But
was
that's
on
what I
purpose.
wanted also. Like it just fits. Like
Yeah, like I know bands that do mixed genres and they do crossover genres and whatever
yeah.
else. And sometimes it can sound a little bit rigid and a little bit forced at times, but this flows, this
Mm.
makes sense, you know what I mean? Like to go, as you said there, you mentioned post black, like I mean, if there's even hardcore, there's post rock elements of it all.
Yeah.
But it flows, there's a seamless flow to
Mm.
it all. Um obviously you mean that, like, but is it forced, or do you spend so much time saying, no, go again, or does it just happen?
Not at all, actually.
Mm.
Like my mind is a bit, I don't know. It just comes, like it's always here. I never write a song. Okay, taking my guitar, I need to write a song. It's
Yeah,
never like this. It
yeah,
always
yeah.
comes to my mind, and I know where it will be on guitar. So I don't know. I'm writing the songs in the bus when I'm at a lesson or when I'm in a bathroom. Like it's not forcing at all. And if I feel like one song, if I'm forcing, then I'm actually throwing away this song.
Yeah,
I don't use it. Yeah, there are
yeah.
lots of songs I threw away also.
That'll be on another separate sort of album, will it?
I just delete them, when I
Get
feel
rid.
like it's forceful or like resembling to something. Okay, then I thought of this, then I just delete them.
Okay, all right. Like you seem to be
Yeah.
so into music, like I mean, as you said there, you're on the bus, you're wherever you are. Is it constant? Like, you live and breathe it. Like, do you listen to music outside of your own creativity? Is it something you give time to?
Yeah, of course, not possible all the time.
No.
As like I have a life also with my wife and with my cats and rabbits and chameleon. But besides when I'm alone, let's say, like
Uh,
all the time, yeah, I listen. I can't stop listening to music when I'm alone.
do
Let's
you
say,
have do you have downtime? Have you any time where you can just shut down from music for a while? No.
yeah, sometimes, yeah, but for an hour, let's say, then I need something to hear.
Now tell me, Sarp, like, this band, like, is it collective? I might know my right in saying this, between Istanbul and Germany. Like, I mean,
Mm.
is that still the case? Because I know, as you mentioned, a
Mm.
couple of the members have changed. So
Yeah,
how
it
did how
was
did this
in the beginning.
hybrid come together? Like,
Yeah, it started like in Turkey, and like my idea started like 2000, I don't know, 2020. No, before, I mean 2016 and 17.
mhm,
And then, but it's so hard to make it in Turkey, like it's so hard. I had my old band members trying to do this, but it was so hard to live and make music
yeah,
in Turkey.
yeah,
Yeah, then we met with my wife Cindy here, and then I moved here at
okay,
2019. And then I said, okay, now I can do it here actually, because Berlin is like really so
yeah.
good for this, and lots of support from the government you can get, like also financially too. It's not easy.
So there is
And then,
grants there in Germany to assist you. Yeah.
yeah,
Mm, mm,
like there's like this huge funds that you can get from the government, like even if you're an artist or if you are like a making organization, and for everything. And then
great.
I had the idea. I'm constantly writing songs. I never stopped it. The first thing I brought was my guitar here. So when I'm moving, and then I said, okay, now it makes sense here. I can write some good songs, and then I can like apply for some things. And if it works, then I go on. If it
Mhm.
doesn't work, let's see what's going on. And then everything worked well.
It's all fell into place for you, Sarp. Yeah.
Yeah. I
And
was lucky, let's say, but also I believed in this. So I don't, that's why Metaphysicize, like,
there you go. There you go. I
yeah,
mean, there's a lot in this industry. I can only imagine luck has a bit to do with it. But again, you need the drive and you need the enthusiasm to succeed as well. It's not going
yeah,
to fall on your lap.
yeah,
You know.
enthusiasm and determination, I would say, like,
Mhm.
these are very important, and I never lose this. So
Yeah. Now tell me this. So if you hadn't gone to Germany, would the Pelagic connection have happened?
I don't think so.
No, no.
To
And
be
is it
fair,
be,
yeah,
can I ask how it came about? How that connection was made?
that's it's like I'm also constantly like so determined and doing this and writing everywhere and stuff. Then we talked with Anna actually from Pelagic.
Hmm.
And I wrote her, okay, I have this album from Dunk, and I'm looking for something bigger somehow. And I trust myself, and I shaped my band so we can go all in and stuff. And she told me, "Yeah, actually, we heard about you also."
Oh, yeah,
And
nice.
then, yeah, then they want to say like, okay, we can see you in a live show. Then and every lots of questions, and like, like what's this plan, but I'm always planned. So when I wrote the answers, like Robin said, okay, you're already planned, so let's see you on live also. It's important, I understand. Then
Yeah.
here in Berlin I invited them, and they saw, and it worked.
You made Anna's life very easy, I would imagine.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, you
like,
had it all worked out for her.
yeah, you need to ask my wife for this, like, because she's taking like as much as me.
Now tell me, Sarp, briefly again, going back to Metaphysicize, the album itself, is coming out in February. Was there a decision made on that date, or is that how it just evolved?
Yeah, it's just how it evolved actually. Actually, we
Mm.
planned a bit before, but then when we started to record things, then I said I can make it better and better,
Yeah.
a bit like details. And Robin told me like, just take your time, because what you're doing is something unique. So take your
Mm.
time, make it perfect.
Yeah, yeah,
Then I listened to him. Like his advice is always good actually.
yeah.
That's why I like to work with Pelagic. Like,
Hmm.
he's not
Hmm.
just saying something, yeah, do this and not caring about, really caring into every little detail,
Yeah.
which is my style.
Hmm.
So it
Hmm.
worked so good. It's a perfect match, I
Like
think.
there's nothing worse than being forced into something, Sarp, isn't it? Especially
Yeah,
when you're creating an album that's
yeah,
following up your debut. You need this.
yeah,
This needs to be right. Like,
yeah. It's being forced or not caring at all. Like,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
find something else is like this is so perfect fit for me.
Brilliant. Now tell me the artwork for Metaphysicize. Where did that come from?
This, this error design.
Error. Yeah, I partly
Yeah,
guessed it was error design, actually. Yeah.
yeah, it is.
Mhm.
Yeah, I always admired his work, and then I know that Pelagic was working for some tour posters and stuff,
Mhm.
and then I just came up with the idea. Okay, I have an idea for this too. Maybe we can ask them, like Javi, and yeah, and normally they don't work with album cover
Yeah.
artwork and stuff, but I said it could be nice, and then yeah, just told him actually, just a bit little brief, and then he made this perfect thing for me, just like reflecting
I have
everything.
this feeling, Sarp, that you didn't let up with error till you got it because you're that much of a perfectionist.
But this is how he's doing really. This is like, he's really good, and when you
Yeah.
tell a little bit of what you have in your mind, like, he just made it perfect for me. It's
Yeah, it is fantastic. I think the two posters behind me are error design as well, the two dunk
yeah,
posters.
exactly, dunk,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, dunk. Fantastic. Right now, look, I'm going to give everybody a taste of the music. Trying to pick a track. I believe it or not, I was always going to go with Alienated because we already did Death of an Architect on the review room. So look, have a
Yeah.
listen, guys. If you haven't heard this already, it's out on YouTube. It's out streaming, I would imagine, everywhere else. So let's have a blast of that. So there you have it, guys. What another fucking single these guys have released. Not to mind Death of an Architect being one of the best tracks of the year, nearly, I would think, for me. Now we've Alienated, which is another absolute beast. So lads, go check this band out. Um, the music there is just incredible. You know, the quality of the musicianship. So look, I think it's only right that we discuss the other members of the band, Sarp.
Yeah.
Can you break that down for me there, talking about the lads?
Yeah. It's it's as I said, like it started in Turkey with my old band's members, and it didn't work out somehow.
Mm-hmm.
Then I moved here, and I met Marcus first, Marcus Sender, like our lead guitarist.
Okay.
And he's also like a film composer, and he's just into this genre. So it was like also when we met, we talked, and he really liked the music, and then it was obvious, okay, we work together.
Yeah.
And then drummer change came along, and after Ata leaves, I met with Fatih. That I knew him from Turkish scene like for lots of years, not that much personally, but I always seen him how he plays, and I always thought I should have a drummer like this, I should have a drummer like this. And I didn't think it would work because he had another band, and then they needed like a session bass player to help in Europe. I said, okay, I can jump in. Then we met there, and it all worked out.
By any means necessary, Sarp. I like it. I like it.
I'm like, I have my plans, as I say. Like I'm also leaving everything on its time, but no, not forcing that much. But yeah, as I say, determination.
Yeah. So this lineup you have now. So I mean, do you think that it's going to remain together for a while? Are these guys going to commit to Bipolar Architecture, do you think?
Yeah, also the bass player had changed, like the former bass player NS, which he is in Death of the Architect video, actually. But also with life and being in Turkey was hard. So we said, okay, now Niklas is in, and he's all in also.
Okay.
Which I'm really happy.
Good.
And my drummer Fatih is also all in. And with Marcus, we will have a little break because he's having his third kid.
Oh, life gets in the way, doesn't it?
Yeah, always. But it's okay. Like I also have like a really good guitarist here now, Stefanos. He will join in this time instead of Marcus, and then we will see if it works with Marcus. Marcus will go on, and if it's not working, I want to make it like a huge lineup. Also, if he can make, he can play in this show, and if he can make, he can play in this show.
Okay.
Because you always need, like anything can happen, and I don't want to miss a thing. So
no, exactly. Yeah, cover all angles. Sorry,
exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I mean, it is great to see that you have such a circle of friends and a sort of close circle of musicians that you can fall back on, and that you can rest easy and know that they're going to back you up when you need it. It's something special about this underground scene of ours, I think.
Yeah, but Berlin, as I said, Berlin has lots of musicians and artists. It's like, if I would be in Turkey, I don't know.
Amazing what happens. One move changes everything.
Yeah.
Now let's sort of backtrack a small bit there and go back to the release of Depression Land. I think that was released back in June 22.
Yeah.
So 18 months or so roughly, like a fantastic album in its own right. Let's call it like, and again, Pelagic were there from the outset with that album as well, weren't they?
Yeah, that's why actually they told me this Depression Land album is perfect. That's why they wanted actually. Not like seeing live or something. It was about this album they liked, and they could see like we can also a bit more progress and make something different somehow. I mean, we had the same atmosphere still, but it progressed. You can hear that.
Yeah.
But it was all really also nice to work with. It was released from Duhig Records also. So
that's right.
They were really super guys and set to leave also.
Two incredible labels, Two incredible labels.
Yeah.
And again, when you look back over the last 18 months or 2 years, that album is out. Is it still selling? Is it still going off the shelves, and is it on vinyl? And are people still digitally downloading?
Yeah, actually. It is. And we sold so many merch in the live shows. Like we had like 15, 16 shows only. But really, I didn't expect this much. Like when people heard the music, they were catched like this and they wanted
Mhm.
to get something from it, like it made me so happy and still is still, yeah.
You just mentioned there 15 or 16 shows. Like that's quite a lot of shows at the same time, you know.
Not for me.
Not for, obviously not for you, it seems. Yeah, I know. Bigger and better things are coming, Sarah. I've no doubt in 2024. But like, when you look back, and that is a decent amount of shows to be part
Yeah.
of. But again, like the merch sales, an absolute necessity, isn't it?
Yeah, of course, it helps a lot. I mean, we are a bit lucky because, as I said, we had some funds from the cultural ministry
Mhm.
from Germany here.
Great.
So it was helping a lot. Without that, I don't know. Again, maybe it wouldn't be this much, like production and this and that.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
would be hard still.
And is
But
that is that money still there for next year again, or is it a one-off government payment?
it was for this year, but you can apply for next year again for another round. So
And I'm going to assume you've already applied. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, of course you have. But look, looking back on the album, are you happy with Depression Land still? Again, we're just finding out how much of a
Yeah.
thinker you are. Do you look back and say, I could have changed something that's a little bit off, or
No, I
no?
think for me, for the first album of a band, like for the band is like I really like it. I wouldn't change anything actually. I
No.
like it the way it is. Like
Yeah, it is a fantastic record, but I suppose every band has to progress in some way. There's no point just
yeah,
recording the same album again, like
yeah, no, exactly.
and I think Metaphysicize is the perfect step. It's not too far from where Depression Land had
Mhm.
originated from, but I think it has, I don't know, some qualities. Obviously, we mentioned the drumming aspect of it all. I mean, that was the first thing that hit me when I
Yeah,
listened to the album. That it has given it another lease of life. Not to say that there was anything wrong with the original, like regards live music. Then are you going to be playing music from both albums in 2024? Is that the idea?
yeah. Of course, I always want to play from the first album, like some
Hmm.
songs like Depression Land or If Words Were Swords or
Yeah.
The Criticizer. Like 3, 4 songs are included. I want to make like a mix in this year, like
Mhm.
3, 4 songs from the first album and 4, 5 from the other one, depending on, of course, the stage time. But
Of course, yeah, yeah. Depends
I
whether
want
you.
to play that song still because I really like to play them still, all of us.
Well, 2024 might be the year that you headline and not support, so you'll have all the time to do all the tracks you wish.
Let's see.
Let's hope. Let's hope.
So,
Let's even step back further again, Sarb, if you don't mind. There, back to
of course,
your death metal band you had before,
yeah.
Heretic Soul.
Hmm.
Um, basically that was back in Istanbul. Am I right in saying that?
Yeah, exactly.
And is that where it stayed? Did it come to Germany
Yes.
at all?
I mean, we have released 2 albums also. One was from a US label, Rotting Corpse Records, and the other one
Mhm.
was from a Canadian label, PRC
Okay.
Music. And we've played many festivals and show in Europe, actually, like lots of festivals in Germany, but it was always limited. In
Okay.
the summer, we are coming and playing some shows, then we are going back. Then we are a bit depressive, you're going back and you can't do it all the time.
Hmm.
But we
Hmm.
made it for like, I don't know, the first show was 2006, I think, in Germany. We were like 19, 20, and it was like, yeah, so much excitement for us.
Jesus,
And
yeah, I know.
we
Only
made it for
kids,
10
only
years.
kids, sorry, at that
Yeah,
stage.
yeah, we were like kids really.
Mad.
But it has another meaning, of course, for me, always will have. Like, and it's like my really still the closest friends. And some of Bipolar Architecture's videos actually the drummer from that band shot.
Okay. Oh, great.
Yeah, we are
Connections again.
still
There
perfect
you go.
friends. Yeah.
Brilliant, brilliant. Yeah. And is that ever going to show its fate? Like, is that dormant now? Heretic Soul.
Yeah, it's
It's
finished
it's
now.
it's
There's too
finished
much to do now with Bipolar Architecture. Actually, I can't focus on anything else.
because there's a lot of guys you speak to their musicians and stuff, and they have maybe 3 or 4 projects on the go, and you wonder, where do you fucking get the time for this? Like, but I mean, does something lose out because of it? I'm wondering, like you have
Yeah.
put everything into Bipolar Architecture,
Yeah, yeah.
and
It's
I.
for me. It's with everything in life. It's like this. If I find something like exactly right for me, and if
Mhm.
I really love it, then all my effort is going to, for this.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
And it's
and
like you need a lot of effort to make like all of your time always working on some things. So
Look,
even videos, we made it on our own. So
I can only imagine the time that goes into it. I have the utmost respect for you lads, and
thank you.
and again, having heard this album, I can just tell everybody this is really, really something special. Like when it comes to heavy music of any kind. And I remember being here maybe 2 years ago. I was talking to a band called Monosphere, who are also Germany based.
Yeah, we were with them in Euroblast Festival. I like the guys.
And they're lovely guys. And we were talking about the Puppeteer, and the Puppeteer to me resembled where you were with Depression Land. It just felt the same. And again, I wish those guys all the best, and they're flying it, I think, with regards to touring. And I just know 2024 is going to be huge for you, absolutely huge. So with that in mind, festivals and live gigs, have you already plans next year?
Some of them, yeah. One is already announced. It's in Romania. It's a Rockstadt Extreme Fest.
Okay.
But has like a crazy lineup. Like, I don't know, from Abbat playing Immortal to Dimmu Borgir to Emir, like all kinds of styles. Like, it's crazy festival. I'm really happy about this. And one more is also confirmed, close to you, let's say, but I can't say it for now.
You can't do that to me, sir. You can't do that to me. We'll have to talk off air in a second. Yeah, I'll have to try and drag that out of you.
Yeah, but I will have to wait for that a bit to announce. So
great, but you're going to be very active next year with regards
as much as we can do. We are all in. Yeah,
you're all in. Brilliant.
Yeah.
Well, Sarp, look, I can only wish yourself and the band all the very, very best with this. Thanks. Now, with that album, but before we go, look, I have 3 questions. I throw the guests just for a bit of fun. So whatever comes into your head, all right?
Okay.
So can you remember the last album you listened to other than your own music?
Last album, I think yesterday. So I think what was it? It's like the band is called Thrice.
Thrice, I know Thrice, yes, of course.
Yeah. So
nice.
my guitarist, like the Stefanos, our new guitarist, somehow suggested me because I like Silverstein a lot.
Okay.
So
nice.
I found some resemblance and I listened to their album.
Nice. And you enjoy it?
Yeah, perfectly.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Question number 2. If you could tour as a guest to any band of any size, who would it be?
Slipknot.
That's it. There was no hesitation with that one, sir. That was
because like they made me want to play music,
Brilliant. Great answer. And too easy. Right, the last one. Name a track that you would like to do a cover version of.
Then I can say People Equal Shit, maybe.
What's the track, sorry?
People Equal Shit from Slipknot again.
Nice, of course. Slipknot obviously played a big part in your musical development.
Yeah, big influence in my earlier times, of course.
Great stuff. Well, that's us wrapped up, sir. That's all the questions, man. And thanks for coming on.
Thanks so much. Thanks for inviting me.
You're welcome. So there you go. That is Sarp, guitarist and vocalist of Bipolar Architecture. The album above me was Depression Land, which is back from 2022. Go check that out. Up between now and February, when the new album Metaphysicize hits. Go to Pelagic, download, pre-order, do fucking everything you need to, because this is a classic. Besides that, take care, everybody. We'll see you in the new year, or we'll see you on the last episode of the review. Up to then, all the best. Cheers.